Hello, friends. Welcome back again on the Consistency in Silence YouTube channel. So, in today's class, as you can see, we are going to start our next chapter of local governments. So, this is the third tier of our government structure. Very few countries in the world have the three-tier government structure. Local governments are of two types. The first one is the municipalities or the urban local governments. The government, the administration part that we can see in the city areas. The second is the most important, the panchayats. So panchayats are the rural local governments. So without any further ado, let's dwell to the history of panchayats. But before going to that, there are some articles. So in today's class, we are studying panchayats. In the next class, we will be studying a specific act known as PISA. And in yet another class, we are going to study municipalities. पॉलिटी का कोर्स ख़त्म ही होने वाला है. म्यूनिसिपालिटीज़ के बाद एक और चैप्टर है यूटीज़ का, और उसके बाद एक छोटा सा और चैप्टर आई थिंक, उसके बाद ख़त्म है. स्केड्यूल 5 और 6 देखना है, उसके बाद ख़त्म है. ख़त्म तो क्या मतलब, उसके बाद कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडीज़ आ जाती हैं, तो वो भी हम करेंगे धीरे धीरे, आप टेंशन मत लीजिए. पंचायत आर्टिकल 243 टू 243 ओ ABCDEF एंड टिल O. द फर्स्ट पंचायत was formed in Rajasthan. I think year was 1959. एक बार आप चेक कर लेना इसे. By introduction of 73rd Amendment Act of 1992, we have made justiciable which article? Yes, Gandhian DPSP. Article 40. Schedule 11 deals with it, and these have 29 subjects in it. So these are some of the basics of the Panchayati Raj institutions. Let's dwell into the history of this particular third tier of administration. So number of committees have been formed, from which there is an emergence of this third tier of government structure. So these are various committees that have been formed, and from which we can glance the emergence of the Panchayati Raj institution or the third tier of government. The first one is the Balwant Rai Mehta. So in the question, if there is a statement that Balwant Rai Mehta committee has been formed with an aim to establish the three-tier Panchayati Raj institution, so it is correct or not? It is incorrect statement. So basically, yes, the origin of Panchayati Raj institution has been traced in the Balwant Rai Mehta committee, but the aim of this committee is different. There were two programs that have been started by the then government in 1952 and 53. Community Development Program and National Extension Scheme. The government of India has faced epic failures in these two programs. Means the objectives of these two programs have not been met out. So thus the Balwant Rai Mehta committee has been formed. Now the Balwant Rai Mehta committee in his analysis has gave the report that the failure of these two programs can be traced to a fact that we don't have democratic decentralization, and thus from here we have the Panchayati Raj institutions. So now Balwant Rai Mehta is saying to the government that we have to form a three-tier structure. That is, the first one is the Jila Parishad. The second one is the Panchayat Samiti. And the third one is the Gram Panchayat. Make district magistrate or collector as the head of Jila Parishad. Make Jila Parishad as a advisory body. Make Panchayat Samiti as a executive body. Devolve the special roles or the local subjects and roles to this third tier of administrative structure. So thus these are the recommendations of the Balwant Rai Mehta committee. Then in 1977 Ashok Mehta committee has been formed. Actually the recommendations of this Balwant Rai Mehta committee has not been enforced on all the states. It means the government of India has left the discretion on the states that but you decide whether you have to form a 2-tier, a 3-tier or a 4-tier, third tier of government. So in some of the states like West Bengal, 4-tier structure has been created. Yet in other states like Rajasthan, I think 2 or 3-tier structure has been created. So there is a uniformity of provisions, but there is no uniformity of the division of these administrative arms. Understood? Ashok Mehta committee. Ashok Mehta committee propounded of the 2-tier Panchayati Raj institution structure, Zila Parishad and Mandal Panchayats. Ashok Mehta committee dictated that we have to decentralize the administrative structure at the or from the district level. So the district level, that is Zila Parishad, has to be the first point of decentralization. Then at the lower level we have Mandal Panchayats. Some of the other recommendations are form the Nyaya Panchayats. Nyaya means justice. It means kind of local courts. Form the Nyaya Panchayats separate from these development Panchayats. Include the local legislature, state legislature as well as MPs in this local third tier of government. As well as please provide constitutional status to the Panchayati Raj institutions. So it was this committee who have first recommended the constitutional status of Panchayati Raj institutions. But the actual provision of the constitutional status is given after the L.M. Singhvi recommendations. Understood? So this was the Ashok Mehta committee. Now GVK Rao committee. Now, up till this, you know, first of all, there is a formative phase of the Panchayati Raj institutions. The ideas of the Panchayati Raj institutions and its usefulness is slowly getting the pace it needed in the first half of the 1950s and 60s. But up till now, there is seen a declining trend in the ideas of Panchayati Raj institution. So thus, one more committee, GVK Rao committee, has been installed. Now this committee has highlighted the issue that yes, we as in the government of India is getting these Panchayati Raj institutions heavily bureaucratized. It means the same problems that we are facing with the bureaucracy at the center as well as state level. Now you have intervened the bureaucracy at the third tier of government also. So the very idea of democratic decentralization has been molded. So thus यहाँ से वापस रिवाइटलाइजेशन ऑफ पीआरआई थोड़े से करने की हम कोशिश करेंगे. तो GVK राव कमेटी ने ये इशू हाईलाइट किया था. देन द लास्ट LM सिंघवी कमेटी, और फेमस इसी के लिए ये कि इसने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल स्टेटस पे रिकमेंडेशन दी थी, और इसी के बाद इन 1992 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल स्टेटस इन द 73rd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट हैज़ बीन गिवन. वन मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग भूल गया था मैं, वाया 73rd and 74th Amendment Act, the third tier of the government has been installed in the constitution, but the actual application of 73rd and 74th Amendment Act of 1992 किससे हुआ है? By the States Act. It means by the respective states legislatures, they have passed a legislation of the Panchayati Raj institutions and municipalities, and thus we have the third tier of the government. So yes, constitution में लिखा गया है, but via state acts these institutions have been formed. Understood? तो LM सिंघवी कमेटी आई, उसकी एक रिपोर्ट आई, रिवाइटलाइजेशन ऑफ पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशंस, एंड ही हैज़ गिवन सम ऑफ द रिकमेंडेशंस लाइक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल स्टेटस दो, इनके रेगुलर इलेक्शंस हेल्ड करवाओ पंचायत के. सो इसके बाद 1992 में, वैसे तो पहले भी बहुत बार बिल पास हो चुके थे, नॉट पास बट लाए गए थे, बट दे हैव ऑल बीन कोलैप्स्ड इन द पार्लियामेंट्री प्रोसेस. बट नाउ इन द 1992 the bills 72nd and 73rd Amendment Act has been passed and enacted. There are some other committees like Thungon. A very special provision is it talked about giving reservation to women. So this was one of the special provision of Thungon committee. And then Hanumantha and Dante Wala committee. These are some of the committees that relates to Panchayati Raj institutions. Now let us jump to the provisions of 73rd Amendment Act. So various provisions. First of all, PRI means Panchayati Raj institutions. So first of all, creation of the 3-tier government in every state, but in some states where there are no rural areas itself, there we couldn't find the 73rd Amendment Act or the Panchayati Raj institutions. Some of the states are Nagaland, Delhi, and some of the Schedule 6 states like त्रिपुरा, मेघालय एंड मिजोरम. तो ये आप लिख लेना, कभी भी आ सकता है. सो वी हैव जिला परिषद एट द डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल, ऑल्सो नोन एज डिस्ट्रिक्ट पंचायत, पंचायत समिति द इंटरमीडिएट लेवल पंचायत, ऑल्सो नोन एज ब्लॉक पंचायत, एंड द लास्ट इज ग्राम पंचायत. इसको ग्राम पंचायत ही बोलते हैं, विलेज पंचायत बोल सकते हो आप. So we have to create the 3-tier Panchayati Raj institutions, but there is an exception given. The states which have less number of population, that is below 20 lakh. So this intermediate level can be omitted. Understood? Gram Sabha. So the persons who are registered as voters in a particular Panchayat constituency and who are above 18 years. So such group of people will constitute the Gram Sabha of the village. This Gram Sabha will elect all the members directly of the Panchayati Raj institutions. Means all the members at all the 3 levels will be elected directly by the Gram Sabha. Understood? Chairman. So ग्राम पंचायत का जो चेयरमैन है, that has been left, मतलब इलेक्शंस जो हैं चेयरमैन के, that has been left to the discretion of the states, but the chairpersons, election of chairpersons at the intermediate as well as district level should be indirect. तो सबसे नीचे वाले का स्टेट पे छोड़ दिया है, बट ऊपर दोनों का इनडायरेक्ट होना चाहिए. अंडरस्टूड? रिजर्वेशन. सो देयर इज अ रिजर्वेशन फॉर SCs एंड STs in proportion to their population, just like Lok Sabha. And there is a woman reservation also, equal to 1/3 of total number seats. And there is a reservation at the seat of chairman also. So 1/3 seats at the chairman level should be reserved for only women. So these are the 3 reservation provisions. The next is the duration. So duration याद करना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है इंडिया में, सबका 5 years. अब मेन बात क्या है, इंटरेस्टिंग बात क्या है? इंटरेस्टिंग बात ये है, if suppose Panchayati Raj institution has been dissolved before the actual completion term of 5 years, मान लीजिए 2 साल में डिसॉल्व कर दिए. Now the elections will take place at local level and there is a constitution of new Panchayati Raj institution. That Panchayati Raj institution has been formed for only the remainder of term, that is 3 years, same like that of Rajya Sabha. Revise your previous classes. So there are only 2 levels at which the constitution of new institution will cover only the remainder of term. The first one is the Rajya Sabha, है ना, and second one is this. माइंड यू वापस रिवीजन करना, राज्यसभा इज अ परमानेंट हाउस, पर मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ राज्यसभा, या आप पीछे आके वापस देख लेना. ड्यूरेशन ऑफ 5 years, बट इफ डिसॉल्व देन नेक्स्ट इलेक्शंस शुड बी हेल्ड विद इन 6 months. सो वही सारी चीज़ें. स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन एंड स्टेट फाइनेंस कमीशन, these 2 bodies has been created by 73rd Amendment Act. So Election Commission of India has the responsibility to conduct the elections of President, Vice President, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Understood? And these State Election Commission has a responsibility to cater to the elections of only local governments. So ये चीज़ आप ध्यान रखना. स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन मैंने बताया चुनेगा कौन? गवर्नर. हटाएगा कौन? प्रेसिडेंट. ऐसे ही हटा देगा? नहीं. इन द सेम मैनर एज दैट ऑफ हाई कोर्ट जज. स्टेट फाइनेंस कमीशन कौन चुनेगा? गवर्नर. हटाएगा कौन? ये एक बार देख लेना हटाएगा कौन. मेरे को तो प्रेसिडेंट ही ध्यान है, आप देख लेना एक बार. सो गवर्नर आफ्टर every 5 years or before also will constitute the State Finance Commission to look into the financial issues of the local bodies. This State Finance Commission will give its report to governor and governor to legislature. The same provisions that will be held at center regarding delimitation of constituencies will be applied here only. That courts are barred. बार मतलब उनको आने नहीं दिया जाएगा. So courts are barred from entering into these particular delimitation provisions. तो वो यहाँ नहीं आ सकते. Understood? So these are all the provisions related to the 73rd Amendment Act. In the next class we are going to cover the PISA. कुछ ऐसा है provision ऑफ एक्सटेंशन ऑफ पंचायती राज टू स्केड्यूल्ड एरियाज, ऐसा कुछ है, देख लेंगे अगली क्लास में. तो तब तक के लिए इफ़ योर कंसेप्ट्स आर गेटिंग क्लियर प्लीज लाइक दिस वीडियो, शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स एंड सब्सक्राइब टू अवर यूट्यूब चैनल. तब तक के लिए गुड बाय, जय हिंद.